God bless you, viewers all over the world. This is Nathaniel Pratt from the Bahamas, with our word for today. And our word for today finds us in 1 Timothy chapter 6, verses 12, where we find the Apostle Paul admonishing his spiritual son Timothy in the gospel. And he said to Timothy, you are to fight the good fight of faith, laying hold of eternal life. So our thought for today is no retreat, no surrender. I want you to put that on your status. No retreat, no surrender. Those of you that are joining us, God bless you. No retreat, no surrender. Now, to retreat means to return back in fear or return in defeat. Whenever there is a war going on, where competing enemies are fighting each other, when one enemy seems as though he has lost the battle, he would return in retreat. He would return to his home. He would break off running, the way we would say it, because he feels as though he has been defeated. And our theme says no surrender. My family, as we draw to the end of this year, 2017, I want to encourage you to make up your mind. No retreat, no surrender. I shared this with those on my WhatsApp group, but I wanted to share it with the world because I believe there are so many of you that at the beginning of the year you had made your New Year's resolutions. And as this year seems to come to its conclusion, you have not seen those resolutions, those dreams, those goals that you have purpose in your mind to accomplish this year. You have seen them as though they are a distant goal to achieve. But I want to declare to you, no retreat, no surrender. In spite of the disappointments you may have faced, in spite of the challenges you may have faced this year, don't run in retreat. Don't make up your mind that I have failed. I want you to know that in the midst of the gloom and the doom you're facing, God has a way of giving you a mighty comeback. In spite of all the challenges you face, in spite of all of the abuses you have succumbed to, in spite of all the lies that were told on you, in spite of how you were cricked out, or in Africa they say you were duped, no matter what has happened, no matter the challenges you have faced this year, I don't want you to retreat. I don't want you to crawl back into that hole of defeat. I don't want you to crawl back into that cave and begin to hide and begin to lick your wounds. I want you to lift up your head and recognize as long as there is life, there is hope. You may not have seen those dreams and those goals, even those prayer requests you have prayed before the Lord. It may have appeared as though God has turned a deaf ear to your prayer request. But can I tell you that the God that I serve is able to give you a mighty comeback? Even you may have received prophetic words. Someone may have prophesied to you through the course of this year, and it seems as though those prophecies have not come to pass yet. Listen to me. No retreat, no surrender. Don't surrender to that spirit of defeat. Don't surrender to that spirit of failure. Don't begin to confess defeat and failure, because the God I serve has a way of turning things around so drastically that it will cause your head to spin. So I want to leave this thought with you. As Paul said to Timothy, fight the good fight of faith. Lay hold of eternal life. Whatever you face throughout the course of this day, remember that God is with you, that God will see you through, that God will stand by you. God is on your side. He said that I'll never leave you nor forsake you. I'll never abandon you. I would be with you to the very end. Even when Jesus was on that cross, the disciples retreated. They felt as though they were a total failure, because 3.5 years they followed Jesus. They saw all that he did, and they felt as though Jesus had abandoned them. They felt forsaken. But I want to say to you, don't retreat. Don't surrender. Don't go back to your old way of life. Hold on to God's unchanging hand. Even though it seems dark, I believe God is going to cause that sun to shine again. No retreat, no surrender. And this has been your word for today.